The sooner you understand this, the sooner you can start living not as a slave to expectations, but as the master of your own existence. And if you're not ready for that, fine. But if you are, then welcome to freedom. It's about time you showed up. So, sons and AJs, why take yourself so seriously? Why let fear and pride govern a life that will fade into dust? If you are ready to face this, keep reading. If not, close the book. There's no shame in walking the simpler path. But if your eyes are already open, welcome to the journey. There's no turning back now. I felt I had an obligation to live the fullest life possible, to embrace the world, experience its vastness, and most importantly, to love myself. Footnote 23. Jean-Paul Sartre said, if you are lonely when you are alone, then you are clearly in bad company. The meaning is true self-contentment comes from within. Being comfortable with yourself is crucial. Being honest with who you are is paramount. We return. I often dwelled on the concept of good versus bad experiences and became completely convinced that both held equal value in shaping who I was becoming. In fact, as I grew older, I began to look forward to the bad experiences as much as the good ones. To me, they were simply experiences, all of them meaningful and highly valuable. Footnote 24. Albert Camus said, there is no sun without shadow, and it is essential to know the night. The meaning is happiness and suffering are intertwined, and appreciating this duality is crucial. We return. I came to see myself as being here on this planet to learn, to explore the depths of the human experience, and in doing so, to delve deeper into understanding myself. Do I need to go into greater detail about how vital experiences are for self-understanding? I shouldn't have to. It should be crystal clear. I began to pull myself away from societal norms and how the world forces us to view our lives. Just because society expects us to follow a certain path was reason enough to step off. Years later, as I reflected on these changes, I realized something unexpected. I had developed a subtle arrogance. Even as I stood humbled before the vast eternal universe, recognizing my own insignificance, I also saw my personal evolution far beyond the silly little humans around me. I told myself during those years that I was different from others. Secretly, I felt free. And that freedom gave me a sense of superiority, a paradoxical mix of humility and pride. Here's an entry from my diary that captures this period of self-discovery. My-ality. My name is, removed by the author, and I am the king of my reality. Yeah, a king. I don't wear a fucking crown, run a country, or keep a castle full of servants, but make sure you understand, I rule. My world is mine. Everything I see, everything I touch, everything that crosses my path belongs to me. What do I rule? My reality, of course. To those who step into it, I am whatever they deserve me to be. To the crippled beggar who truly can't help himself, I give without hesitation. It is my goddamn pleasure. I help because I can, because I have that power. But to the lazy man who begs because he doesn't want to try, he gets nothing. Nothing but a fucking look that he is taking up space in my kingdom. To my friends, I'm solid. I give them my time, my loyalty, whatever they need because I choose to. That is what a good king does. But betray me or cross me, and I will cut you out for my life. Strangers get the version of me they earn. If you come with friendship and respect, you will find me respectful and super friendly. I know how to be generous, and I certainly know how to be helpful. But if you come at me sideways, if you disrupt my peace, I don't need to make threats. I will cut you from my kingdom. If you exist outside my reality, beyond what I can see or touch, you simply don't matter. You don't exist. The moment you enter my world, I am gracious, but my compassion does not extend to abstractions. I am not part of any society. I don't lose sleep over the suffering of people I will never meet. The nuclear arms race, the plight of dolphins, I know humans for the destructive animals they are, and I accept that they will one day destroy this planet without my interference. I am no rebel, a man with a mohawk, facial tattoos, clad in black, waiting for Satan's return. No, I live. I don't merely exist, filling up space without purpose. I choose life. I make decisions that increase my experiences and maximize my happiness. I reject peer pressure and refuse to let friends or society dictate how I should live. I was not born to be a slave, mindlessly following the expectations set by others. This is my time, however long it lasts on this small planet. How I spend it, what I pursue, and how I find fulfillment are my choices and mine alone. I have no desire to harm others. I understand the difference between good and evil, but more importantly, I know the line between what society deems right and what teeters on the edge of acceptability. That edge is where I choose to live. Not always, but when it suits my purpose, when it brings me joy, when it eases the weight of life. I keep moving forward. I don't stop. I don't look back. Regret? That's for people who can't handle the truth about themselves. I don't have time for it. Time is precious, and I don't waste what little of it I have got. I'm the king of my reality. I'm the master of my life, and I will live this life on my terms. Always.